We spend a lot of time developing our professions, but we don't spend time developing ourselves. Look, as a leader, as a professional, you have to grow. You have to grow yourself. And to be able to grow yourself, you need to know yourself. A lot of us are not achieving the maximum we can achieve because we have not invested in our personal growth. So we are bringing you this special studies based on John C. Maxwell's book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. And we're going to just spend time with you and help you go through the principles that you need to be able to grow your person, to become a better person. Because if you become a better person, you become a better leader, you become a better father, you become a better professional. Do not miss this opportunity, as the masterclass is going to be very practical and discussional. It is going to be a limited number of people. So please register now to be part of the program.
Hello. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Leadership Platform. My name is Samuel Eyim, and I'm excited to be with you this evening. We invite you to quickly introduce yourself if you're connected with us, and to tell us where you are joining from. I know that Sarah is with us already from Switzerland. She's always here. She's part of our team. The team is here. Joy is here. Everybody is poised to share with you this evening. So please join us on the stage. Introduce yourself and tell us where you are coming from so that we can have a conversation. We know that many of you join and you don't particularly like to introduce yourself, but it is always a pleasure for us to introduce you to the world. So join us by introducing yourself. All right. Secondly, I would just want to encourage all of us to check our growth journey, which is starting soon, the 9th cohort of the growth journey. The growth journey is a program we've put together to help you to grow. And so we need you to share that with your friends and to connect with us. The other thing is with our Live to Lead event, which is coming on October 4th. We are excited with the speakers that we are finding out, and we have extended our early bird offer of 15% for group purchases. So if you're coming with your team, your company, from now to end of May, you would have an option to purchase the tickets for your group at 15%. But we also have partnership opportunities where you can partner with us and take the platform and publicize your company alongside us. This is a powerful program that would be beneficial to your brand. So we are having a challenge at this moment with our speaker that we have advertised, and we're going to have an amazing session with our speaker Nannette Atuahene, who is Ghanaian American, and she was going to share with us social capital. We are still trying to connect with her, but we want to make the most of the time that we have. So we are going to share with you an equally powerful a presentation which we've been trying to take around. Actually, yesterday we had this presentation with a group of professionals, and they really learned a lot and they were energized. So whilst we make the effort to connect with our speaker who is having internet challenges, we are going to start and share with you a masterclass on personal growth and the laws of personal growth, which would encourage you to look at your personal growth a bit more differently. I'm seeing Paul Esiedu is here watching from Accra, and I'm seeing Teresa Asante Asarikuma, who is also joining from Tema. So you are welcome. Please share the link, like our pages, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and let us kickstart. Let us keep going now. So we are looking at the laws of personal growth. We're going to share with you the importance of personal growth. Let me see if I can move my slides now. Okay, 1 second. Okay. All right, there we go. Right. So let me start this way. And just think about it and share with us in the chat. If you could have dinner with any historical figure, dead or alive, who will it be and why? If you could have dinner with any historical figure, who will it be and why? I give you some 2 seconds to think about it. If you connected with us, if you could have dinner with a historical figure, who would it be? All right, so share with us your thoughts now, and let's see what your thoughts are. Philip Kwe, you're joining from Legon, University of Ghana. All right, thank you so much. So if you're hearing my voice, the question on the table is, if you could have dinner with any historical figure, share with us who would that person be and why. Think about that question, and if you could share with us at this moment, that would be great. Otherwise, think about it and share with us. I'll come back to that question. If you could have dinner with any historical figure, who will it be and why? Now, yesterday when we did this to some professionals, some very interesting names came up. Nelson Mandela, Kwame Nkrumah, Martin Luther King, Jesus Christ, Yasa Antiwa, a person you want to have dinner with. And all of us have somebody in mind that we are thinking if we had the opportunity, we will sit and we'll ask some questions. So we want you to think about that as we talk about the laws of personal growth. All right? Okay. So let's look at human potential. All of us have been created by God because we have potential. And I have a video. I'm going to try to share this video with you. Enjoy. If you could try that and share this video. I want you to watch this video carefully and tell me what you see. All right.
When tomorrow comes, I'll be on my own, feeling frightened of the things that I don't know. When tomorrow comes, tomorrow comes, tomorrow comes. I got all I need when I'm with you and I look around me and see a sweet life. I'm stuck in the dark, but you're my flashlight. You're getting me through the night. Can't stop my heart when you're shining in my eyes. Can't lie, it's a sweet life. Stuck in the dark, but you're my flashlight. You're getting me through the night.
Great. Now, just put in the chat what you saw and what lesson you can learn from it. And James from Uganda, you are welcome. And I can see Philip Kwe also saying that he would like to have dinner with Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore. So those of you who are just joining, our first question was if you had the opportunity to have dinner with any historical figure, who will it be? And Philip is talking about Lee Kuan Yew. And I see Olivia saying that, good day, CTL. Please, I see a young gymnast on a Steve Harvey show where he interviews and shows the amazing gifts of very young children. Great. All right. So we saw this young, talented person, and we're just trying to show this, to show the power and the potential that God has given to each of us. Each one of us have great potential. I think as you saw this video, think about it. How many people were behind this amazing performance? How many hours did she have to practice? What did it take? What did she have to sacrifice to be able to perform at this high level? And that is the place of personal growth. If you're going to be able to perform at a very high level, then you need to work on yourself. Each one of us have been created by God and invested with powers, potential, abilities, skills that can amaze the world. In fact, we can surprise ourselves if we were performing at our top level. But the difference between where we are now, where we are performing, and where we could be, that gap is the level of your of intentionality on your personal growth and your personal development. And that is what we want to share this evening briefly with you. Now, if you look at the top 10 skills that the World Economic Forum emphasizes as the requirements for 2025, the skills that are needed for the next generation or for career and so on, the top skills that you have there, none of them are technical skills. Analytical skill, thinking and innovation, active learning and learning strategies, complex problem solving, critical thinking and analysis, creativity, originality, initiative, leadership and social influence, technology use and monitoring and control, technology design and programming, resilience, stress tolerance and flexibility, reasoning and problem solving. These are the top skills that are required. And I bet you none of these skills that we are talking about is a technical skill that we were taught in school. These are skills that are personal to you and you have to work at developing them. And that is the place of personal growth that we are talking about. You need these skills. Now let's look at a few statistics that we have here. Research has found that 70% of all job separations are attributable to poor relationships. Success at your work is 15%, only 15% your technical skill and 85% of your relationship. It's also found that 100% of all counseling cases are relationship issues. So relationship, which is your personal ability to relate with other human beings, this comes from your ability to develop you, your person, not just your technical abilities and what you can do, but who you are as a human being. And that is personal growth. And we we also have other important measures, which is emotional intelligence. And the research shows clearly that every one of us, to be successful in our careers, need to be emotionally intelligent, because each one of us are driven by our feelings and our emotions and how we relate to others. And to have a balanced life and to have greater results in life, in your performance, in your work, you need only 25% of your academic input. All the certificates, the masters, the doctorate, and all the academic qualifications you can have will constitute only 25%. The large percentage, 75%, comes from your emotional and your social connection, your ability to master your emotion, know the emotion of other people, and to relate with other people, to connect and have sympathy and ability to master yourself and your emotions, which requires you to work on your person, which is your personal growth. All right. So these are important information that we want you to think about. And as you think about that, think of what John Maxwell says. If you are in a leadership position, do not rely on your title to convince people to follow you. Build relationship, win people over, do that, and you will never be lonely. So if you want to influence the world, you want to be a leader, you want to lead it at any level, and here on the leadership platform, we said it over and over. Leadership is not about your position or your title. It's about your personal influence. And you saw in the top 10 skills that are required, is about leadership and personal influence. Your ability to connect with people and relate to people. And it comes from who you are as a person. And that is a measure of your personal growth and your personal abilities. Now, a survey of adults in the United States was carried out, and it found that only 43% of these adults read any type of literature not required for work. In other words, people after school stop reading. 57%. This is US. The question is, what is the statistics for us in Ghana, in Africa, where reading is a big challenge? If in the US, only 43% adults read any material that is not related to work, ask yourself this evening, what was the last document, book that you read that has nothing to do with your work? This year, how many books have you read? And as we talk about that, we want you to reflect very, very, very carefully, because a lot of the habits that we form do not foster our personal growth. And there was a study which showed study of 233 rich people and 128 poor people. And what it found was that 67% of the rich people watch TV for less than 1 hour a day. They don't spend their time on TV. On the contrary, the poor people were spending hours and hours on TV, which has nothing to do with their personal development. And again, look at a few other examples that you will amaze you in terms of the differences between the habits of the rich and the poor. Whilst the poor were spending hours on TV, Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, was reading 500 pages a day. Mark Cuban, another billionaire, reads 3 hours every day, spends 3 hours reading. Bill Gates, we all know, reads 50 books every year. Why would they spend the time reading such material? And if you take Bill Gates, he's the one breaking all the deals and so on, and fostering science and research. And he's reading. Whereas poor people are spending time on TV And today on your phone, everything is there. But what are you reading? That goes into your personal growth. What this shows is that what you are reading is a function of how rich or poor you're going to become. And if you're not reading, then be careful what you are getting into your pocket or out of your pocket. Now, Robin Sharma says it this way. He says the swiftest way to triple your success is to double your investment in personal development. And that's why we are sharing this with you. The surest way to triple your success is to double your investment in your personal development. When did you invest how much in your personal development? What was the last book you bought? How much time have you spent reading it? When was the last time you paid anything to go into a seminar? When you go onto YouTube, you just go and look for the free videos. When was the last time you spent money, bought a book, read a book, listened to an audio book that you invested in it? The surest way to triple your success, your performance, any kind of performance, is to double your investment in personal development, investment in time, in energy, in money. And that is what we are encouraging us to do this evening. Now, there are several areas where you need to develop yourself. And we want to share a few of this, which was taken from Vishen Lakiani's book, The Code of Extraordinary Mind. How to be extraordinary in your thinking and in your achievement requires you to develop yourself in several dimensions. There are other models like the Wheel of Life, which gives about 8 dimensions. But if you put these 12 dimensions that we've listed here, and you focus on each of these at different times, you are going to grow yourself and you are going to become a better human being and you are going to perform at a high level. The first one is your skills. The skills that you need, and we told you the 10 skills that are required in the 2025 earlier on in this presentation. Spend time on them: reasoning, critical thinking, analysis, problem solving, leadership, influence, personal influence. Those skills, your technical skills are important, but they constitute only 15% of your success. 85% are human relationship skills. Your spiritual life. We are human beings, but we are also spiritual beings. How much time do you spend developing yourself spiritually? How much time do you pray, meditate, read your spiritual books, and focus on your relationship with other human beings? Spiritual factors of honesty, integrity, courage, and all those things. How much time do you build those things? Career. How much time are you spending? There's some of us, we're just there at our career waiting for HR to move us. No, you have to look beyond today, tomorrow, 5 years. Where are you going on your career ladder? You have to spend time on that. Personally, nobody is going to do this for you. Your creative life. Every one of us is invested with some creative powers. God was not mean to any of us. He invested the talents we need to succeed. Singing, thinking, writing, poetry, whatever. So many skills and talent and creativity that God has given to you. What are you doing with it? How are you harnessing it? Your family life. How much time are you spending on your family? Your community life. Your society, your groups, your social groups, whether it is an old students group or your village association or your community. How much time are you spending on developing this relationship? Because they are all going to help you on where you're going to be. Your love relationship, your friendships, adventures. People come from all the way and come and discover places in our countries, in Africa, that we sit here, we don't make the effort. Some people were born in Accra, they've not gone outside Accra. What adventures do you do? Because they all help to enlighten you, to brighten your mind, to increase your intellect, and help your creativity, your environment. Who are the people in your space? Even your physical environment. And many places in your house is dirty. There's a lot of pile of rubbish, and that's where you live. Listen, if your environment is so dirty and there's dirt all around you, that's exactly how your mind is. You're not going to be able to think. Clean the dirt, free your environment, and have space to think. Not only the physical environment, but your social environment. Who is in your inner circle? Who are the people you spend time with? Do they help you to go out? Do they challenge your thinking? Are they growing, or they are not growing? If you are with people who are not growing, who are always negative, and who have nothing to care about, that's exactly the personality you're going to take. Then your health. How much time are you spending on your health? What you are eating, exercising, how much time you are sleeping, your weight. Do you go for regular medical checkup to see? All your dreams and your visions reside in your physical body. How much care are you giving to your body, your mind, your health, and of course, your intellectual life? It's amazing that people who spend a lot of time developing their intellectual life actually live long. See, a lot of people, 90 years, and they are still sharp in their mind because they develop this over time. That is the call for personal development, which we are inviting you to. But why, if this is so important, why is it that we don't do it? There are some gaps between us and our growth and our performance. And I'm going to share a few of them. Just check them out so that you don't fall into these gaps. The first one is the assumption gap. We assume that growth will come naturally because I'll be 40 years, 50 years, and if I become 50, I'll grow. No. Growth has nothing to do with age. I've seen some young people, 20 years, and they are way up there, much more intelligent, smarter, creative than people who are 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. So growth doesn't come automatically. It has to be very intentional. You have to have a deliberate action plan for your personal growth in all the areas that we talked about. You're not going to grow in adventure if you don't plan for it. You're not going to grow in your love relationship if you're not intentional about it, and so on and so forth. Knowledge. The problem is that a lot of us don't know how to grow. And that's why we're going to share with you shortly some of the programs we have at the Center for Transformation in CTL Leadership, where we will help you and holding your hand to be able to grow. So if you don't know how to grow, you may need other people to hold your hand and help you. Ask so that we can help you. We are here to help you. Some of us also think of timing. And timing, we said, well, it's not the right time. I'm young, I'm in school, so there's no need. I just have to focus on my academic work. Your academic work is great. Focus on it. But wherever you are, there is no right time to focus on your personal development. In fact, from the day you were born, you should be developing yourself, except that from the day you were born, you didn't have the capacity to take care of yourself. Your parents were taking care of you. Now that you are smarter and intelligent to be able to take care of yourself, that is the time you have to focus on it. Then the mistake gap. Personal growth requires us to venture, to try things, and to risk certain things. And many of us are afraid to make mistakes, to grow, and to take action, and to risk because we are afraid of making mistakes. But without making mistakes, you cannot grow. Mistakes and failure are part of the same coin, two sides of the same coin. So please focus on your personal growth. The other gaps that hinder us is the perfection gaps. Some of us are looking for the best way possible before we can start to work on ourselves, because before we can start to do something, before we can start to venture into things. There is no perfect way. Start it anyhow, and you learn as you go along. You can make mistakes. It may be rough and messy. Every invention that was made that we enjoy today started messy. They made a lot of mistakes, and still they continue. So there's no perfection. The only thing is focus on excellence. And excellence is not a destination. It means continuous improvement. So you start, you improve, and you improve. If you start reading, you will not be perfect. You cannot start one day and you are reading 50 books a year. No. You may read a page and you get tired, you sleep, you read another page the next morning you read 2 pages, and then you go on. The inspiration gap is one of the big gaps where people say, I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like reading. I don't feel like waking up and going for that exercise. I don't feel like going for that seminar. I don't feel like paying for this. And I just want to get to a point where I feel like doing it, then I'll start. Let me tell you something. Inspiration and motivation cannot possess you as the Holy Spirit possess other people in some time. Inspiration and motivation only come when you start working, when you start doing. And as you start doing, as you take that first step in your exercise, the next time you see that you're getting the inspiration and the motivation. Then there is a comparison where we are always comparing ourselves with one another and somebody is better. If you compare yourself with other people, you can either be discouraged because people are doing things at a very high level and you feel you cannot attain it, or you look at yourself and you say, oh, people are not at your level, so you are better, and you get complacent. That's the risk of comparison. You are unique, you are different. Just look at yourself the way God made you, your talent and your skill, and start working at them. Then there is the expectation gap where we think that things have to happen quickly and fast. And so I thought it would be easy when I started, and it's not going to be that easy, and you get discouraged. So I want to draw your attention to this gap so you don't fall into those traps, because everything that is worthwhile is uphill. Everything that is good and important and excellent requires a lot of work. As the proverb goes, there is no shortcut to the top of the palm tree. Those of us who lived in the village, we know, before you go to the top of the palm tree, there's no shortcut. You just have to take one step at a time and move forward. We need to be intentional, because we cannot live our life to just chance, okay? So intentional. So now let me share with you briefly the laws that John C. Maxwell has come up, which are very powerful laws on personal growth, the fundamental laws. And this is where the growth journey comes in. At the growth journey, the 10-week growth journey, we take you through these laws in details. We give you a full workbook on each of these laws, and you have questions and answers about yourself that enables you to actually answer them for yourself and develop a personal growth plan agenda for each of these laws. So by the end of the 10-week journey, you are going to be very, very intentional and deliberate, and all aspects of your growth is going to be taken care of. The first law is the law of intentionality. It says growth doesn't just happen. It has to be intentional. I've said that before. The second one is the law of awareness. You must know yourself to grow yourself. If you don't know who you are, if you don't know your strength, if you don't know your weaknesses, there's no way you're going to grow. If you take your strength and weaknesses for granted, you will not grow. So during this period, we help you to look at yourself in the mirror and to assess who you are. And that brings you to the law of the mirror, which shows the value you have. You must see value in yourself in order to grow yourself. If you don't see the value, the power that you made, that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that you can do more, you will not be able to do it. The law of reflection requires that growth happens when we pause. From time to time, you have to pause and reflect on your life. And there are detailed exercises around how to pause, how to meditate and reflect on your life that we will help you to go through on the growth journey. The law of consistency says that growth comes when we do things repetitively, consistently. It's not just once in a while, then you stop. I've talked about the environment. The law of the environment, growth thrives in a conducive environment. Many of us are in environments that are not helping us. What are the right environments? This law will help you. All these are coming from the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John C. Maxwell. The law of design says growth requires strategies. You need strategic steps and actions, an action plan for your life. Businesses have strategic plans. Organizations have strategic plans. What is the strategic plan for your life? Where is it taking you? Then there is pain. As we said, growth doesn't just happen like that. You are going to have painful experiences. How do you harness the pain? Proper management of pain would increase your growth and become a better person. The law of the ladder has got to do with character. That's the foundation for your personal growth. The law of the rubber band is stretching yourself. The more you stretch beyond limits, the greater your potential to grow and performance. The law of trade-off says you must give in order to grow up. You must give up certain things. There are certain things in your life that if you really want to grow, you have to give up. Maybe you are watching TV too much. Maybe you're following football too much. Maybe you are spending too much time arguing politics on WhatsApp or Facebook. Maybe you are sleeping too much. Maybe you are eating too much. That's why your weight is what it is. Whatever it is, during this program, we help you to see which aspects of your life you need to give up in order to enable you to grow. The law of curiosity requires you to ask why. Why are things not going the way you want? And if you're asking why question all the time, it opens your mind and gives you opportunity to grow. The law of modeling, since if you have only yourself to grow, you will not be able to grow. So you need other people. You need teachers, you need mentors, you need coaches, maybe you need counselors. So we'll help you through all these things. The law of expansion. How are you going to affect others? Where is your impact, your thinking, your action, capacity for action, and expanding yourself? And the final one is the law of contributions. The law of contribution is asking yourself, what am I leaving behind? What legacy do I want to give? Now, when you ask yourself these questions, they kickstart you into thinking about your life and being intentional about your life. And that is what we are encouraging you to do. A few more things that I want to share, and then I'll leave you to come to the table and share your questions and answers. Where do you want to go in life? Ask yourself, where do you want to go? What direction do you want to go? If you know where you want to go, then you know the direction you want to go. There are some of us who are going round in circles in our life because we don't know where to go. I remember the story in Alice in the Wonderland where Alice missed the cat on the crossroad and is asking the cat, Mr. Cat, where does this road lead to? Where did that road lead to? Where does this road lead to? And the cat quietly asked Alice, Alice, where are you going? And Alice says, well, I really don't know where I am going. I don't know where I am. And the cat says, well, if you don't know where you are going, then any of these roads will take you there. In life, if you don't know where you are going, then any direction, anything goes. And that's what many of us are doing with our lives. We don't know where we are going, and we don't know the direction we are taking. And if you don't know the direction you are taking, then the question of what is the farthest you can go doesn't come. But if you know where you are going and you know the direction, then you ask yourself, how far can I go? And you ask the question, how long will it take? This will help you to focus on your growth very intentionally. All right? So my question for you, up to tonight, do you have a growth plan? Do you have a plan for your personal growth? What does this plan consist of? What actions? What strategies? What activities are in that plan. Daily, weekly, monthly. What is the time frame of that your growth plan? These are questions that we want to spend 10 weeks with you on the growth journey to be able to answer, so that your life can be more targeted and more strategic and more intentional. All right? This growth journey we're talking about for the 10 weeks, it means I am spending 2 hours with you, and the 2 hours is just 180 cedis for you because the whole growth plan for the 10 weeks is 1,800. And when I sit for 40 minutes and 50 minutes on a personal coaching one-on-one, I'm charging $200. Some are charging $300, $500. So we've just brought this personal growth because it's so important, so close, and reduce it to a level where you would be able to afford this, to hold your hand and guide you for 10 weeks. And after the 10 weeks, you would be amazed. We have graduated over 80 people on this journey in the last 8 cohorts, and the 9th cohort is coming up, and we encourage you to grab it. So a few final words to close this session so that you can come up with your questions. 1, you cannot give what you don't have. So if you are going to be a leader that is going to impact the world, you have to invest in yourself. And it is the investment you have made in yourself that you're going to give to the world. To add value to others, you must first add value to yourself. Because you have to be valuable to add value to others. If you don't have any value to give to the world, then the world will not need you. Growth is the only guarantee that tomorrow is going to be better than today. So no matter where you are, you may think you are the best in your life, but you can still be better. And the only guarantee that tomorrow is going to be better is that you are working on your personal growth today. And John Maxwell will say, if tomorrow is not going to be better, then what do you need today for? You don't need today if tomorrow is not going to be better. Remember, growth is the greatest separator between those who succeed and those who don't. If you want to be successful in life, in your career, it boils down to growth. How consistently you are growing. Growth requires change. You need to change in your mindset. You need a change in your attitude. You need a change in your actions. You need a change in your habits. Because if you don't change, then you're going to stay the same. All right? And finally, the level of growth, every level of growth calls for a new level of change. So wherever you are now, there is a new level of change you have to make in your actions, in your thinking, to go to the next level. All right? The illiterates of the future are not those who cannot read or write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. That is Ubegejo. So many of us think that we have arrived. We know everything. We don't need any new things. It is not true. There is so much you can learn. There's so much you can unlearn. There's so many things we've put in our heads that are hindering our growth. We need to do away with them. And there are so much new things we have to learn. Some of us are just stuck with some things we learned some 20 years ago, and we don't want any change. We don't want new things. We don't want new ideas. Without new ideas, you're not going to make progress. Growth is the highest reward. The highest reward you get in growth. It's not just what you get from it, but who you become, what you become as you grow. The better person, the high quality person, the more impactful person that you can become. So that is my presentation. And I in place of this, and we promise you we would bring Nannette back onto the platform because she's having challenges with her internet. because of where she is. So we brought you this presentation on your personal growth, which is a masterclass that we're sharing around, and we wanted to share this with you. So share with me, what is your takeaway from what we have shared now? Share with me, what is your question? What can we do to help you? Call us and book your place. We have a few spaces left for the next cohort of the growth journey, where we're going to help you go through this life in a more meaningful and intentional way. So I want to thank you for your attention. And Joy, I want you to take over for us. Please take action now. Do it now. As Nike would say, just do it. All right? Don't waste time. Don't wait. Just do it. Thank you very, very much.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you so much, Uncle Sam. This is very, very useful. So, guys and girls, we have a taster of what CTL has in store for us on the growth journey. So, from this taster, or the first meal, or the first course, rather, the first course, the main course will come when you join the program. Let's hear your questions, your comments, and any clarifications that you need. I'm just going through the comments and see what others have said throughout. When
Yeah.
Sam asked, yeah, Sam did ask questions for us regarding who are the people or the person we want to have dinner with. And we have Philip saying that he wants to have or meet and have dinner with Lee Wan Chu of Singapore. And let's see, Birwa James is joining us from Uganda. Welcome, welcome. And let's see, Doris Arthur says, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Okay, wonderful. And Olivia says, good day to all CTL. Right, I think we've seen that. And Paul goes on to say that he wants to have dinner with Jesus Christ because he was a perfect leader through every person. Though every person is not perfect, but he portrays all his leadership potentials, and he also knew what he was doing. Wonderful. Paul continues to say also that he had all the types of leadership skills in him, being democratic, autocratic, visionary, and many, many more. And he would love to sit with this man one day on a dinner date. Wonderful. I'm going down to see whether there are other comments or questions. Let's see. Okay, Conrad says, awesome presentation. Thanks, my mentor. Diana says she is joining from Heritage University, Accra. Abdullah Suleiman says, excellent presentation, mentor. Sam, you have all your mentees on the call. This is wonderful. God Loves to the Nation says it is online. Okay, I guess he's writing to somebody to join. And now Natalie,
I think she's asking if is it online? Yes,
online. Oh, okay,
the
it's
growth
online.
journey is virtual.
Yeah, okay.
So you can participate. It's virtual. Yeah, so just click the link that has been shared and register for the growth journey. 10 weeks, and it's virtual. Every week we meet for 2 hours. So it's not daily, so that you can maximize your time. But you have a lot of time and a lot of work to do during those 10 weeks to help you. Okay.
Excellent. So 10 weeks for 2 hours, which is 20 hours for just 1,500 not Swiss francs, 1,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, William says this is an awesome presentation. Sam, I'm not seeing any questions. It's just commendations and
Maybe we can break for the quick
yeah, quick advert.
announcement at this,
Yeah.
and then we'll see if there is any questions and any comment and then we can come back and put some icing on the cake.
Yes. Okay, so
I am winning on all fronts limitlessly.
I have made tremendous improvement at work through delegating and empowering teams.
We started with the law of intentionality, which specifically makes it clear that growth cannot just happen. You have to be intentional about your growth.
CTO Africa Leadership brings you the Grow Journey, a series of masterclasses based on John C. Maxwell's book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. In this 10-week virtual growth accelerator, you will acquire the skills to thrive and flourish as you evolve into a more impactful and fulfilled individual. You will master the art of personal and professional development as you craft and execute your customized growth plan. Limited seats available. Register now for the next cohort.
Hey there, join the next cohort of CTO Ghana's growth journey.
The next cohort is coming on. Get involved and your life will never be the same.
Awesome. Great. So Sam and Joy, we need some clarification here that God's Love to the Nation is asking about the cost, saying it's 2 hours for 180 Ghana cedis or 10 weeks for 180 Ghana cedis.
No,
That will be so.
no, it's 10 weeks. It's 10 weeks for 1,800 Ghana
Yeah.
cedis. And so if you do the maths, you're having an executive coaching session for only 180 Ghana cedis. And
A session.
Sarah, you know that your coaching federation is going to punish us for doing this, but this is all for the good of the people. And I tell people that 180 is just for Wachi. Some people stand by Wachi and eat 180 Ghana cedis. But investing in yourself is not about the price. It's about the value. And I've had so many of the people, the professionals, architects, accountants, bankers, who come on the growth journey, and at the end they tell me that they have much more value than what they are paying for. And so that's what I have to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the full program is 1,800, which translates into 180 per 2 hours that you spend. I hope you are clear now. God's love to the nation. Now, Paul Esiedu says his takeaway tonight is that every growth is determined to the actions you put in place, which includes your consistency and discipline. And he says a big thank you for this powerful presentation, and God bless us all. All right.
Great.
Let's
Now, the
see.
day of the week, Rosalind, the day of the week, once we, this is limited, we have not more than 15 people on each cohort. So once you register, we create a group and we discuss among the group and we choose the most convenient day. So far, we've been having this on Tuesdays, and we do it from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now, one group had it on Thursdays and 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. So we're building the group for cohort 9. And once you register, we'll add you to the group. We'll have a quick session together and we'll agree on the time that is most convenient to most of the members. All right? Okay. So
Great.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Olivia says, honestly, the values shared are priceless. Many thanks, Coach Samuel. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. My
Great.
takeaway is growth is not automatic. I have to be intentional. That is Adomako. Thank you so much, Adomako.
And Sam, God's love says, when does it start? What is the date? What is the starting date?
All right. So we we programmed to start in May, but as I said, once we have the minimum number of 10, we discuss, and then we agree the start of date. I don't know. I think we just have.
Ideally, what will be the start date? Is it the first week or the second week?
No, we're already in the second week, aren't we?
Yeah,
So we probably would start in the third week.
the
If we
third.
close the registration today, next week we will start. Okay. So the
Perfect.
team, the group that would once we put the team together, then we will start. We just finished the last cohort 2 weeks ago, and then we are building up to the next cohort. So, and we can do two cohorts. So if you have more than 20 people, we can do two cohorts simultaneously. So, okay, though.
Perfect. So, what are the resources that you provide, Sam?
All right. Okay. So for 1,800, we give you a copy of the book. Actually, you have a copy of the book for free. And if you just see the price, you probably just for the book that's already almost paying for whatever, half of the price. And then we give you a workbook. We develop a very comprehensive workbook on each of the laws. And you would have that workbook which you can customize to your own. And that is the tool with which we work. So those are the two resources that we give. And of course, you have me as your coach, you know, to lead you through, and not only within the sessions, outside the sessions, within the period of the 10 week, anytime you can have my time to help you, not only with the program but with other things, and that is also for free. Within the 10 weeks that you're on the program, you have free coaching sessions with me. All right, so that is
Excellent.
what we have.
Excellent. So,
All
guys,
right.
I hope you will sign up because, as Sam says, coaching sessions, the minimum that one charges is about $200, and you're getting this for just this minimum amount. Great. So please, we really need to be intentional. That's Olivia. Thank you. And to encourage ourselves, first means, as I share with most of my youth, the time is now. Now o'clock. I love that, Olivia. Thank you. Once the
Now,
awareness is grasped, like a relay, athlete, we pick our baton and dash off forward. Brilliant.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Olivia, for this comment and support. Right, Sam. I don't think I see any more questions or comments. So,
Yeah.
what are your pattern words for us?
All right. So my last words are just maybe I will just put up my last slide again. And my last slide, do it now. Seriously, what are you waiting for? Guys, sometimes we talk about people are lucky. There's no luck without preparation, and there is no luck without action. You only get lucky when you prepare yourself, and that preparation meets opportunity. And so when you have an opportunity and you're not prepared, you can never be lucky. So this growth journey is to help you prepare yourself and guide you on the path of how to get yourself ready to be lucky, if at all you think of luck. Opportunities will be flying around, but it is only when you are ready, when you are intentional about your life. And I want to encourage all of us, guys, let us be very, very intentional, because so many of us have so much potential. You don't want to die and be buried, and we come and write on your grave, this guy has so much potential, and we bury that potential in that grave. We want you to use that potential to improve yourself, to add value to the world, to make contribution to the world. And this can only happen when you are intentional about your growth, when you are deliberate about your growth, when you are consistently growing. And this requires you to learn. You cannot give what you don't have. Learn how to grow so you can help others to grow. And that will be my parting words. And I want to thank all of you, and thank Sarah, and thank the team, and thank everybody for joining us. We promise you we'll get Nannette again at the right time, at the right place. And for those of you who may feel a bit disappointed, we're sorry about that. We tried, she's ready. But the internet, I think she was traveling a bit, and the internet was not very helpful. So on behalf of Nannette, on behalf of CTL Africa Leadership, we just want to apologize for not bringing you Nannette, but we hope that the substitute menu was equally good for you. So thank you so very much, and have a good night.
Thank you. See you next week when we bring Sam. What are we doing next week? Is it Leaders Are Readers? We are reading.
Leaders Are Readers is next week. Next week, we are bringing you another insightful leader who will share a different topic. We will share that with you. But we'll see if Nannette is available next week. Why not? We'll be able to bring Nannette next week. So
All right.
Keep watching, keep looking out, and have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night. Bye-bye. Great.